So as always, this evening is an invitation for you to shift down from doing, from controlling, from fixing, from trying to get somewhere, from working hard to get somewhere, or from working hard to have different feelings, to explore what happens when you surrender to this. When you welcome yourself, when you make a gesture of welcoming, of friendship, of allowing. And don't worry. It's not that your capacity to fix, to control, to trying to get somewhere that it disappears. So you see, after when you leave here, you can use all the other methods which you usually use to make all the methods you try to use to make you feel better. So, but let's give it a try. What happens if we do nothing, basically? And somehow, when we all again and again lean into that open space of being who we are, of being a human being with feelings, somehow what might happen is that we together can create a field where it is much easier for us to do that. So when you right now treat yourself with kindness, meaning treat the experience you have right now, when you treat it with kindness, somehow you share that with the people around you. And for some of you, this gesture is very challenging at this moment in your life, because you have a hard time. Maybe you're sitting on some fear or some sadness or some exhaustion. But some of you have okay time right now in your life, so it's a little easier for you. And in that way we can support each other. And next week when you come again, and today you have a good time and you think everything is nice, then next week it will be different. So that's so beautiful that we as human beings, we can support each other in that way of being by understanding that the way we respond to our own feelings, to our own energy, that's something we carry. It's like we radiate it out. So it's not a private trip being here, making friend with your own energy. It's actually the most precious gift for others. So probably one challenge we might experience when we sit quietly here is compulsive stressful thinking. Compulsive destructive thinking, particular compulsive self-rejecting thinking, self-attacking thinking. Yeah, this is probably the source for most of us, one of the biggest factor of pain, of struggle in your life is this compulsive self-hatred. So it might be good to look at what the meditative tradition has to say about how to relate to compulsive, stressful thinking in more healthy ways. And basically, there are two movements we can make in the mindfulness practice, in meditation. Two movements towards how to cultivate a peaceful coexistence with the destructive compulsive thinking. Because don't think that you can stop it. No way. It will go on. It's such a deep habit. And if you have now 20, 30, 40, 50 years of compulsive destructive thinking behind you, what do you think? You can just stop it within a month or 2 months or 3 years or even 5 years or 10 years? No. As you know, what have you tried? Positive thinking, maybe hypnotic methods, meditating hard on the breath, tranquilizer, trying to drink it away. It's still there. It's still there. And there's no trick. I know I'm an expert in trying everything and failing gracefully. Yeah? So the first thing would be, to not make a problem out of it. It's not a problem. It's just compulsive destructive thinking. That's it. Yeah. It's silly to fight with something which is you can't cut it away. You can't burn it down. So this is actually already, so if we make that gesture of not making a problem out of it and figuring out that we can actually do the things which are important for us in our heart, we can do that even if there's compulsive destructive thinking. Yeah? So the problem is not the destructive compulsive thinking. The problem is the cognitive fusion with it, the identification with it. to take it personal, to take it serious, to believe it. That's the problem. So that's good news. We don't need to change anything. How we can start to see it for what it is to step, to go into a more panoramic perspective, or to just label it as it is. So I said there's like two movements which can help us to to be more and more in a place of peaceful coexistence with our compulsive negative thinking. And one is, we all have this capacity to direct our attention to different objects within the field of our experience. We all have that capacity. We don't know how it works and how we do it, but we actually can do it. Like now I can ask you to bring your attention to the sensation of sitting on a chair or on the floor. And there it is. You can bring your attention to that.